Okay, sorry about that. So to repeat, this is gonna be our last YouTube video, but I wanted to let you guys know that I want to make it possible for you guys to continue to come in and finish your chairs. So I'm going to be open on Saturday and Sunday. I have to check in with the class and see what times will work for people, because I can open it either in the morning or the afternoon. I didn't really want to do both. But you know, if you could come in, you know, for a couple hours on a Saturday or a Sunday and knock out another module, that would be good. And then I'd like to be open next week too. So there we go. So that we can continue to finish up the process. And so next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you know, I want to be open every day, all day. Our final exam, I think, is scheduled on Wednesday. And it would be really great, you know, for us to be able to gather together and do a little bit of show and tell with chairs that are actually here being constructed on site in Eden Hall. We can show them to each other. We can test them out. We can sit in them and see how they work. We can see how close to completion people are. And I will continue to accept the chair all the way up through Friday. So if you're still working on it and you're still working on it and you're trying to put finishing touches on it, you know, trying to get it done by Friday is great. The thing I need for this project is to have you photograph yourself with the chair, sitting in the chair, whatever. But, you know, trying to wrap this up, trying to show how the chair relates to your original design or model, maybe by holding your model in one hand and sitting in the chair with the rest of you and taking a selfie, something like that. The chair is worth 100 points. I want you guys to try to bring it in for a landing, bring it into fruition sometime here in the next week, and sooner is better. But I know that we've been struggling with this. A lot of people are learning as they go, you know, in terms of how to manipulate cardboard, how to cut and assemble cardboard, and really how to think three-dimensionally in a large scale. I get it. This is difficult stuff. So it's what we're working on. I've had another person join me in the classroom, and so I'm quickly trying to find my mask to put on. Let me just briefly go over to the chair that I've been working on as kind of a demo. And once again, I don't expect you guys to make a chair like this, either as complicated or as grand as this. Come on in, have a seat. But I started doing a YouTube video for everybody. So, and Maddie has joined me via Zoom. So that's what's going on here. So I'm changing camera angles to look at this chair over here. And so I got to kind of check and see where I'm at and frame this so that everybody can see this online as well as in the classroom. So this is the full-size version of this thing that I have been kind of you know, playing with for the last couple of weeks now. The dodecahedron chair. For those of you who play fantasy games and use a 20-sided dice, this is the dodecahedron 20-sided dice concept. And so scaled up to full size. And then I had to make some, I had to do some improvisation, some improvements as I went. So the full-size chair does not have all of the exact same design features in terms of how the front was resolved or how the sides were the kind of the armrests were resolved, because the model was a model. And as I got into this and got into building the full-size chair, I was, you know, kind of just building one piece at a time, gluing one piece together, then measuring off of that to make the next piece and fitting the next piece to that piece, and so on and so forth. And it's just a process of kind of moving forward, building on the last thing you did, and having to improvise and make stuff up as you go when you're trying to finish it up. Now, one of the things that makes this look really nice are taping all of my edges and seams. So yes, I have been using some packing tape to tape the edges of the seams. That's why my edges look clean and put together. Other people right now have edges that they're probably hating because they look like the dog chewed them off or something like that. Don't worry. I mean, we can get to a place where you could clean up and finish edges and stuff for your own use afterwards, even after the class is over. What I'm really most concerned about is just getting the thing constructed and seeing how, you know, it went from a model and a concept up to the full size. So I understand lots and lots of stuff has to happen where you're fitting together cardboard and trying to make stuff work. I haven't glued in the back yet because I'm still kind of gluing in a lot of these transitional pieces. These arms are really crazy because they've got tabs that hang out in the back. And so I've got tabs that fold underneath the seat that I'm having to turn the chair upside down and glue the tab to the seat. And I've got a tab that kind of comes around the back and glues into this internal support column that I have here. So I've got 3 internal supports that are really transferring all the weight from the back and the seat down to the ground. And then I'm kind of gluing all kinds of stuff in. So you can really see on this one, I think, that the internal support, that the side here that wraps around hasn't quite been glued in yet. And once it is glued in, then it just unitizes everything together and makes it so much stronger. I will still have one more internal support that I'll have to put in when I get done with this. And that's going to be the internal support for the center of the seat. And so in here, I think it's sort of in the frame. So I am going to have to fabricate and bend a specially shaped object. I've actually got it over here, drawn out and ready to go. So let's see if that gets into the shot. It is. Okay, so that is my internal support that goes underneath the seat with all of its glue tabs that glue into all of the different places, points of contact underneath the seat. And that's going to transfer a lot of the weight bearing and the making the seat a lot more stable and crush proof and all of that. The proof is in the pudding. In all of these design classes, we like to have the students show up on the final exam day with their chair and actually sit in the chair so that it proves, to the teacher and to the rest of the class that the chair actually does do what a chair is supposed to do, and that is bear weight. So, there's, several different aspects to this. We want the chair to be, an enlargement of your original design. We'd like it to be aesthetically pleasing, but mostly it also has to perform the basic function of a chair, which is to be able to support its own weight or support your weight. So, that's what we're going to be looking at, next week when we're actually going to try to sit in these chairs. I have finally gotten around to writing up the assignment for the full-size chair. So that is now in the coursework in the e-learning platform. And so it's a 100-point chair. It's 100 points for this chair. And when you complete the chair, I'd like you to take a picture of yourself with the chair. I'd really like you to take a picture of yourself sitting in the chair. A selfie of you sitting in the chair proves, that the chair actually can support weight, it can support your weight. And, it's one of those kind of classic 3D design things where, you are kind of taking the risk that you're actually submitting your design to being sat upon or stood upon, depending on what the thing is. And so you've got some skin in the game. You're taking risk, in terms of, showing that the chair actually works and does what it's supposed to do. So anyway, try not to get too hung up on the aesthetics of this chair. Yeah, it looks different, it looks weird, and this was a very difficult chair to do. And I did not want anybody in this class to actually do that kind of chair. I'm going to change camera angles again just to get to my talking head one more time. The point of this was to for you guys to design and build yourself your own kind of chair, possibly, probably a modular chair. And so we're working on those chair modules. And a lot of folks right now are working on the seat. And so we are moving past the seat this weekend into the back, possibly into the arms, and trying to get this thing built by next week. And if we don't get the arms built, that's okay. If you only get a seat built and maybe a seat back added to it, that's fine. I don't know, everybody's got a different take on this project, and some people are just making something that is more or less a seat form that doesn't even have a back. It really depends on your design, what you came up with, in your model making, because we're now just trying to build through life size a version of the model that you worked out in your planning and scale model stage work. So I know that this is rough, and that time feels like a time crunch and everything. We're going to try to do the best we can with this, and I'm going to be as generous as I possibly can with grades and stuff, because I know that you guys are doing something that's difficult and that you haven't done before. Yet the whole idea of a 3D design class is to do this thing where we are applying design principles and model making, and then enlargement to the larger full-size version of the design. So having said all that, it's about 12 minutes after 9, and I just wanted to touch base with you guys with a quick video today to let you know what's going on. I would like to check in with the rest of the class and find out when are the best optimal times for me to be open this weekend on Saturday and Sunday, as well as the rest of today. And then next week, during finals week, I'm going to be open for business. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for sure. Our final exam is scheduled for Wednesday, and I would really like it if a lot of people could have their chairs done so that we could actually get together in Eden Hall and do a little bit of a walkthrough and see what chairs are done and kind of experience them in real time, and possibly even all sit in them and see what they, how they support weight and what they feel like and that kind of thing. I'm going to leave this assignment open until Friday, so that the due date for the assignment is Wednesday, but the assignment allows me to have it open for late submissions until Friday. So Friday at midnight is going to be the drop dead deadline for this assignment, because Friday, next Friday is graduation, and we have to get our grades in by Monday of next week. So I really need you guys to be able to wrap this project up in the next week or so. So I wanted you to know that there's going to be lots of full day periods in the next 7 days for us to be able to continue working on the chair. If you can squeeze in time between your job and family and other kinds of responsibilities and issues, that would be great. That's all I've got for now. I'm just going to check. I've got something in the front of my screen here. I'm going to say goodbye to Maddie and hope that you have a good day, and goodbye to all the people on YouTube. And I'm going to be working with the folks who are in person in class here today, but we will be open for the rest of the day today till 5 o'clock. And then I'd like to be open on Saturday and Sunday, and I'll blast out an email to everybody in the class with times for when we're going to be open for business on Saturday and Sunday. So I will let you know what those hours are going to be. Until then, have a good rest of your day. Hope to see you in here at some point making more modules for your chair and assembly. Have a good weekend. See you on Monday. Bye-bye.